debate about premium travel credit cards rolls on.
Can you feel the tension in the air right now? I know I can.
First things first, we need to set a bit of a foundation here and make sure one of these cards makes sense. And yeah, you're in the trust tree with the nest. So be honest with yourself.
What, I thought we were in the trust tree in the nest, are we not?
And in doing so, if it does make sense to hold one of these cards, would it possibly make sense to hold two or more? Well, that's what we're going to find out. Okay, so back to the foundation. What are the difference in credit card types? And look, I know some of you may already know this, but if you do skip forward, you're going to miss out on a funny clip or two, and I promise I'll be brief. Cashback cards. Simple as that. You spend money on the card, you earn cash back as opposed to travel rewards, points, or miles. Now, these are still way better than using a debit card or cash.
Great cash, homie.
And yeah, we're not channeling our inner Randy Moss here, unless you frequent establishments that require a large sum of money. Now, some of the more obvious benefits. These cards aren't directly tied to your bank account. So if your card is lost or stolen, you don't have to worry about freezing your bank account and losing access to that cash. And they also come with protections like fraud protection or purchase protections for unauthorized purchases, and can be ideal for beginners all the way through to the experienced users. So if that's you and you don't plan to use points or miles for travel, then this video's over. That's a wrap.
Goodbye.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
For those of you still with me, thanks for taking the time out of your day. I appreciate you watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, let me see if I can convince you. So I focus on strategies for individuals and for families, and it's all about point maximization, making sure that you're aware of point stacking strategies, taking all of those points and optimizing the way you spend and using those for incredible redemptions. So now that we've gotten some of that out of the way, and we've established that we want a little bit more than just a simple cashback card, a natural progression would be a card that can earn cashback or possibly travel rewards. And that could be like the Chase Freedom cards, the Flex or the Unlimited, or the Citi Custom Cash or Double Cash, just to name a few. Another possibility is co-branded airline or hotel cards, just to get your feet wet and start to get a better understanding on earning multipliers and some of the simple benefits that these cards can come with. Now from there, it's transitioning to one of the anchor cards, either from Chase or Citi, like the Chase Sapphire Preferred or the Citi Strata Premier, that takes those cashback points or miles and converts them into travel rewards. But those aren't necessarily premium, and I want the good stuff. And by premium, I mean cards that unlock travel and lifestyle credits and benefits, potentially things like airport lounge access or upgrades to your status, but they do come with an annual fee. Now, speaking of premium, these premium travel rewards cards are not created equal. Some, like the Bank of America Premium Rewards or the US Bank Altitude Reserve, do have some credits and benefits, but they don't have access to airline or hotel transfer partners. Other premium co-branded cards, like the American Express Hilton Aspire, the American Express Bonvoy Brilliant, or Delta Reserve, the Chase United Club, the Chase Ritz-Carlton card, the Citi American Airlines Executive card, those all earn a specific hotel or airline currency, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but many will agree that they come later in the game. After we get the general premium tier travel card, we build out an ecosystem like with Chase, Capital One, Citi, or American Express. Since those co-branded cards do have nice welcome offers, they have credits and benefits and free night awards, but some of the credits may overlap with the general travel cards, so you need to factor that in based on which ones you're trying to get. So that leads us to the big three. Powerhouse premium travel cards all come with great travel credits, trip insurances and purchase protections, and that coveted airport lounge access. Earn a general travel currency like American Express membership rewards points or Chase Ultimate Rewards points. Then those points can be transferred out to airline and hotel transfer partners. This greatly differentiates these cards specifically from the US Bank and Bank of America cards and all of those co-branded airline and hotel cards. Also, these general travel cards do come with some of the higher annual fees. They also have some of the best welcome offers available. Base, you typically find around 60,000 points for the Sapphire Reserve. Capital One, somewhere between 75 and 90,000 Capital One miles for the Venture X. Then with American Express, they have some of the highest welcome offers that we've ever seen at this point, around 175,000 points for the AMEX Platinum. In order to extract max value from one of these cards, you need to travel. Not like George Clooney and Up in the Air.
Welcome back, Mr. Bingham.
Maybe more like Clark Griswold.
Shut up, Audrey. You don't think Dad knows where he's going?
Thank you, Russ.
You're lost.
Okay, maybe not like Clark either, but I certainly can relate with my ambitious family travel and the overkill on the holiday decorations. The whole thing here, what's the point of having a travel credit card that has a high annual fee and travel credits and benefits if you don't travel? And to take it a step further, what's the point of holding one of these general travel currency cards if you don't take advantage of the hotel and the airline transfer partners? So, 3 main factors to consider and the potential applicability for you. All 3 of these cards come with a specific hotel portfolio, an elevated earning within their travel portal for booking hotels, and things like an experience credit for specific hotels like the Hotel Collection from American Express. They also come with the TSA PreCheck or Global Entry credit, and the American Express Platinum comes with a clear credit as well. Capital One with the Venture X, pretty straightforward, $300 travel credit. You have to use the Capital One travel portal in order to get this credit. Flights, hotels, car rentals. American Express with the Platinum, we could be here a while. Definitely more to think about, a lot more to consider. I'll put the different credits and the benefits on the screen here. I've done other videos where I've gone into this in more detail. Make sure you check those out. Chase Sapphire Reserve has the most universal travel credit in the game. Rideshare, transit, flights, seat upgrades, and more. Also comes with a Lyft Pink membership, free upgrades to priority rides at no additional cost, and some other perks and benefits. Also, a Dash Pass membership from DoorDash, $5 in credit per month. You can actually roll this over for up to 3 months. So you could use it at one time for a $15 credit, and up to another $20 in credit monthly if you use Dash Pass for non-restaurant deliveries. If you use everything I talked about with the Sapphire Reserve, you can get positive value from that card, but it is a little bit more difficult to get effective positive value out of that one compared to the Capital One Venture X or the American Express Platinum. Next up, airport lounge access. Look, everyone has their own opinion about airport lounges and which ones are the best and if they place value on their home airport having a lounge or not. Personally, I take early flights and I don't spend a lot of time in my airport. So I would place little value on Tampa having a lounge, even if it was like the Centurion Lounge or a Capital One Lounge. Think about the routes that you take and the airports that you connect through. For example, I fly American and I live in Tampa, so I'm often connecting through Charlotte or Dallas-Fort Worth, both of which have a Centurion Lounge, Dallas also having my favorite, the Capital One Lounge. All 3 of these cards also having Priority Pass Select, the Capital One Venture X, and the American Express Platinum, also having Plaza Premium. By the way, the Cancun Plaza Premium Lounge is really nice. I've also reviewed my top 5 airport lounges in the US, heavily focused on Chase and Capital One. Make sure you check that out after we're done here. So Capital One has 3 lounges open currently, a few on the horizon if you check their website, both Vegas and JFK. And I've seen construction happening in Philly, so I would assume that one is coming probably in early or mid 2025. And they also have a few Capital One landings. I'm not necessarily familiar with these, but I do see that Dulles and LaGuardia both have a Capital One landing coming soon. Now, American Express has the most branded lounges in the US, 15 Centurion lounges currently, a few more on the horizon. They also have escape lounges at some of the secondary airports. Nothing to write home about. Note that the Centurion Lounge network is not exclusive to the American Express Platinum. There are a few other cards that can get you in as well. Chase has beautiful airport lounges. There's only 3 of them right now: Boston, JFK, LaGuardia. They have a partner lounge at Dulles, the Etihad Partner Lounge. They have a few more on the horizon as well. That LaGuardia Chase Sapphire Lounge is incredible. These lounges are not exclusive to the Sapphire Reserve. There are a few other Chase cards that get you in. As an example, I have the Chase Ritz-Carlton card, which technically gets me better access than the Sapphire Reserve does, since I get unlimited visits and free authorized users. And last, the earning power and offers with these cards. For all the similarities the big 3 have, their earning power couldn't be more different. That being said, if you utilize Capital One, Chase, or AMEX offers, you can turn any of these cards into more of a daily driver. But let's look at the earning multipliers on each. Now, we're seeing a bit of a trend with the Venture X. It's definitely the most straightforward. 2x on everything outside of the Capital One portal. Probably not a card that we would use to book flights or hotels unless we're doing so within the portal. Sapphire Reserve, more of a travel catch-all card. 3x on all travel, 3x on dining. Again, elevated earning within the travel portal itself. And last, the American Express Platinum. Now, this only has one category that it earns well, that being 5x on flights booked directly with the airline. This is the only card that earns greater than 3x in a specific category. For a comparison and what this 5x multiplier could mean if you do spend a lot on flights, whether you use this card for business-related travel or you just fly a lot for personal reasons. If we compare this to the Sapphire Reserve, that's a 2x difference in flights booked directly with the airline. $10,000 in spend, that would be $20,000 in difference in general travel currency points. At a conservative 2 cent per point valuation, it's $400 in difference compared to the Sapphire Reserve, or $600 in difference compared to the Venture X. It's a lot. And that's the primary reason that I use the AMEX Platinum just for my flight purchases. Something that does go a little bit unnoticed with these cards is the purchase protections, the trip insurances, and things like that that come with them, all of which are extremely valuable. But there are a few differences. Make sure you check those out. Comment down below if you have any questions. I do have the American Express Platinum and the Capital One Venture X. I plan to hold both of those cards for the foreseeable future. I use both of them pretty heavily. Which cards do you have today? Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts if one stands out versus the others. Everyone seems to have